Hi, welcome back to Crochet Graph Patterns. I'm going to show you how to do color changes with a single crochet. So first of all, I make my knot and I leave about 6 inches of a tail, enough for sewing. And for this example, I'm going to do 10 chains. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, with the single crochet, you always chain 1 and turn. So there's my chain 1. Now I'm going to turn. And on most of the patterns, you'll see there'll always be room on the edge to keep continuing the red, so that you won't have to ever do a color change right on the first stitch. But what you would do is at this point, when I have 2 loops on the hook, is when I would do a color change. So I drop the thread to the back, hold it with my finger, grab my next color, and give it a good 4 to 6 inches. I put it on the front to start, but then I drop the ends to the back, and I just yarn over, pull through on a single crochet. Now in the next one, I'm always going to anchor my new color. So when I go into my next chain, I pull it and I anchor that gold in. Then I will throw the yarn or the thread to the back, and I will do the next one. There's another single crochet. So at this point now, I'm going to tighten, pull these ends in the back. You know, make sure they're all tight and snug. It is going to be hard on this first row because there's going to be gaps here, but don't let that deter you. So on the next one, I go in, yarn over. Now I would change colors again. Sorry, I said yarn over. I didn't mean yarn over. I'm putting it on the front. I'm dropping the gold to the back, pulling the blue through the gold. Now I just anchor it with my fingers, and this first color is where I'm going to anchor it into the next chain. So I bring that up and single crochet through. Now I push the end to the back, and I do the next single crochet. Now, I was also asked that what happens when the color has to be carried. Well, if the color has to be carried more than 2 single crochets, I would cut the end and then bring it over and start again over here. So for example, if you pretend that this brown is the red, instead of me pulling the red across, because that's going to look kind of, I don't know, sometimes it's, you know, it's a hit or miss really, because say for example, I'm going to go through here, I'm going to do the first single crochet, pull up 2 yarns on the hook. Now I'm going to pull this red. See, it takes a little bit of juggling, but if you pull the red across, what you could manage doing, this probably won't work. Pull it up, you've got this ugly strand in the back. So that's exactly the reason right there where you want to pick a new bobbin. So it's much easier just to drop the thread and create a new bobbin. So if you pretend that this brown is now the red, it's going to be a new bobbin. I'm going to yarn over and pull it through to complete the single crochet. Now I go through the next one and I just pull up. I've anchored the brown, I've put the blue to the back, and now at some point you just pull these ends and tighten them. Now say you have this gold, you don't want to carry the gold through, so you want a new bobbin. I would say that if you have 2 single crochets or more, you want to create a new bobbin. Now let's do the last single crochet here. And now I'm going to yarn over, or sorry, chain one. Apologize for my terminology. And I'm going to single crochet into the first here, yarn up, pull through. Now this would be the back side, and I know some of you were asking me to be able to see the back side of it. Yarn over, pull up, pull through. Now here's, for example, if you had to go through here, at this point when the colors are the same, like say for example this blue, you had to add where it goes into the gold. So what you can do is, as long as the colors connect, there's no issues with carrying. But for example, like that, if you want to change, I bring this up diagonally and kind of up and over, and then I will go under that blue, through my single crochet. I'll anchor the blue, pull over the brown, and complete, well, not complete the brown, but half, almost complete. Then I put the thread to the back, and I take the blue and pull the blue through. And now I'll tighten those up, and I pull the blue through a couple of times more. Here, I'm going to change to another color. So it's always seems easier to go forward and pull the color in, but what you want to basically do is, as long as you can hide the ends to wherever you don't see them, like how I pulled the blue and now it's going to connect, but it still connects with a little bit of a diagonal, and that's kind of what you want. If it doesn't touch at all and you have to start, then I would just say take a new bobbin. So I'm going to show you another Graphghan that I was working on, that it's still in work in progress. This is the best way I can show you. This is one of the sides. This is done in half double crochet. And you can see I have ends all over the place. Every time that this one specifically, if you can see, it goes yellow to dark gold to a black, back to gold. This is where I had to drop a lot of ends. And so that's one side. And then when you look at the other side, there's also ends. So basically it seems like you've got ends on both sides for exactly the same spot. But they're not exactly the same spot. They are different spots, just with the same colors. And so when you do sew them in, you'll be sewing them in that they anchor, and then you cut them off. And on this side, you'll grab a different part of that thread and you just tighten it and sew that in. And so that's what that looks like on both sides. Hope that helps. If you have any questions, give me a shout. Thanks for watching. Bye.